I'm sorry about the low lighting, but here's the thing. Shut up. Listen, I unplugged my little light thing because it was plugged into my computer and I needed the free space. I needed a space free so that I could directly plug my microphone into my computer because it was way too low when it was plugged into like a USB hub. So we're all just gonna have to cope. Love. My hair is disgusting, but that's okay because we're gonna dye it, and according to this box, your hair's supposed to be dirty when you dye it because it's ammonia dye. Listen, I just ran around for 2 fucking hours to prepare myself for this. And by prepare myself for this, I mean I had like shit to do before I sat down to film. And also pray for all of my stuff that is on my desk. Pray for my white microphone that is literally right here. Pray for my brand new purple Xbox controller. Pray for my pink, oh my god, the knots in my hair. Pray for my pink webcam. Pray for my purple computer monitors. Pray for my brand new chair. That they do not get fucking soaked in dye. I'm actually kind of like so desperate to not get dye on my white microphone that I might move it because I'm not streaming tonight. I'm taking the night off of streaming so that I can get caught up on filming because I had like 2 weeks there where I felt like absolute trash. Like I wasn't allowed to take my beta blocker, so that made me feel bad. And then I restarted it and had this like weird, I'm still kind of in it. I feel all right now, so I'm kind of like lying to myself and telling myself that I've moved past it. But like this like weird adjustment period, it was like a quarter of as bad as like it was whenever I first started that medication, like the adjustment period, but like it still made me very, very sleepy for a couple of days. But I want to say when I first started it, though, it was like 10 days of feeling like absolute trash, like feeling like my eyeballs, like in my head, I visualized myself looking like a basset hound. Like my eyeballs just falling out of my head because I was so tired, and I felt like I literally felt like they were gonna bleed. They hurt so bad, and I felt this like mental like head fog, and I was thinking, please don't let this last, and it didn't. But then they were like, hey, you need to stop taking your beta blocker for your tilt table test, and that equally made me feel like trash. But this is giving like man in the late 80s, early 90s who, you know, like Michael Bolton, and or like a 90s like serial killer, like a guy in a movie who's a serial killer, or a psychotic like bitch housewife. I can't remember what I was talking about, but anyways, I feel good today, so I'm taking the day off of streaming to dye my hair finally. And I've had this fucking box of hair dye for months and months and months, and I was gonna try to make this part of a vlog. I'm sorry that I'm still brushing my hair. It feels so good on my scalp. I was gonna make this part of a vlog, but I'm a fucking yapper, so it's highly likely that it's gonna end up too long. Sorry, I'm looking at all the hair that just came out. Bald. All right, it's been a minute. I moved my mic and I had to pee. Also, guys, don't look at how like swollen this arm is. For some reason, this arm gets swollen and this one like doesn't. Do you see what I mean? I'm like actually like terrified that I have like lipedema or lipedema in my arm. And what's crazy is like it runs in my family, and that's like a fear that I've vocalized for a very long time. Anyways, this is what we're using. We're using the Garnier Fructis Nutrice Ultra Cream. Thumbnail. Are you guys gonna laugh if that actually does end up the thumbnail? It might. Okay, so I wish I had better lighting. Yesterday my hair looked so good, and I knew that meant that it was like 5 inches away from being fucking disgusting, because my hair always looks the best. Like it literally like always looks the best. Sits the prettiest. Like sits like an anime villain the day before it gets fucking greasy. You know what I mean? The day before it gets greasy is when it looks the best. I wish that I could show you guys how bad my grays are right now. Like, there's part of me that's just like wants to surrender to them and just like have gray hair, just like be, you know, a river witch and accept that I'm basically 37 years old. And then part of me is like, but I like dyeing my hair. And here's my other dilemma, guys. I actually really, really want to dye. Like, if you've been following me for a couple of years, because I slapped black dye over this a long time ago. I couldn't tell you if it was a year ago. I couldn't tell you if it was 2 years ago. I don't know. But I used to dye my bangs different colors. And I thought about doing that again, but I feel like if I slap black box dye on my hair, I'm gonna have to wait a while to do it because bleach doesn't like black box dye. And I'm not willing to just plow through it, but I thought about dyeing my bangs, bleaching my bangs, and then dyeing them like a new metal red because I don't like to wear wigs too much whenever I stream. And I just think that it would look cute. And I also feel like a lighter color would look better on my, right here's super thin for me. I got the PCOS thin hair right here. And I just feel like a lighter color would look better, you know, on the thin part of my hair. And I feel like it would look cute and everything. But then I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any bleach right now. I gave my bleach away. Ugh. Listen, for now, what we'll do is just go ahead and do this, and then maybe this summer when it's kind of like faded, we'll think about bleaching it. And the other thing that like makes me pause on bleaching my bangs and like dyeing it fun colors is the cost. Like the initial cost to do it is so fucking expensive, and then the maintenance after that is really expensive. Like, I don't know. I was about to say I literally don't know how I afforded to keep up with my hair when I was a kid, and then I remembered that I'm the reason that Sally's workers are paranoid that people are shoplifting. You're welcome. I'm actually like super worried that my nails are going to obliterate. These are, I tried that, like I put them on in a vlog that I'm currently filming. They're Sally Hansen, and I'm used to Kiss nails, and they're like hard plastic. Like the Kiss nails have acrylic mixed in with them, which makes them like a little bit like firmer but softer. I don't know how to explain it. These are like hard, cheap plastic. I don't know how to like describe it. Like the type that like I know if I smack them on something, they're gonna fucking break. And they're very sharp because of it. So I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna shred through the gloves and end up dyeing the absolute piss out of my shit. I feel like there's a step in here that I need to be worried about. What is this? Step 1, snap and pour directly into, okay, I don't pour this on my head. I use this one dye. Who's it by? Is it Clairol? It's Desert Nights, which is such a beautiful, like, blue-black. Also, there's, like, a piece of dry skin right here that I keep, like, hitting, and it's, like, pissing me off. Anyways, this beautiful blue-black, but it's ammonia-free, so my grays don't like it, and they kind of punch their way through it within, like, a matter of days, so I have to stick to ammonia dye. But it has a primer that you have to put on your hair. Maybe that's what I was thinking this was. I am not sure. This is the shade Intense Blue Black, by the way. Guys, I have Fetty Wap stuck in my head. Trap queen. You know what? 1 second. Guys, listen, Fetty Wap went to prison for drugs, which is, you know, that's not good. That's not good. That's not ideal. But look who's running our country. So I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't jar people. He picked up a trade while he was in prison because he genuinely thought when he got out nobody was gonna remember him. Which is, that's crazy business. Oh my God, I'm actually reading the directions because I don't want to fuck it up. I don't want to fuck it up. Twist off cap, remove pink ring Okay, no. Twist off developer A and discard, remove cap from bottle. Cream B. Are these labeled? Oh my god, they are. Okay. Okay, so I just have to mix these two with this, and then the other one is for after I dye my hair. This is for after I dye my hair. At the color conditioner. Okay, I can handle that. Ah, shit, I didn't think about the fact that, like, I'm gonna have to be able to touch the camera to be able to hit record and not record. And yes, no. I need to find some Vaseline. I'm not ready for this. I like literally sat down to do this, and like I got so excited that I wasn't thinking about the fact that I'm probably about to destroy my fucking face. Either I need to find some Vaseline or some Aquaphor. I'll be right back. Oh my god, I usually know where like 30 things of Vaseline or Aquaphor are in this house, and I couldn't find any of them, but I found this tube of A&D. It'll work. It's a barrier. It's a skin barrier. Guys, I had a moment where I was almost like, fuck it. Like, I almost was like, fuck it. I would have regretted it. Badly and deeply, I would have regretted it. Okay. I'm not going to wear gloves because I don't fucking care. Where did I put my... Oh, I haven't used a mirror yet. I'm just going to kind of put it around here. God, this just smells like a tattoo. This just smells like a tattoo. The guidelines now say not to use ADHD, but like, or ADHD. Oh, A&D. ADHD? Was that a Freudian slip? Listen, the guidelines now say not to use A&D, but back in the day, you know, 20 years ago, that's what we were using. Now they say Aquaphor. But back then it was Dow Gold Soap and A&D. ADHD, I fucking would. My ADHD's been put me through it today. It took me a very long time to get to the point of being able to start. I'm just gonna do my whole fucking ear because I generally get at least some in my ear. It literally just smells like a fresh tattoo. It smells like sitting in fucking study hall at the end of the day, topping off your ADHD. Now I feel like my brain's like latched onto it because I've been bitching about it all day. Your A&D, just topping off your A&D on your tattoo that you got in your friend's nasty kitchen. All right, I did all around the edge of my hair. I'm sure I won't get like my little baby hairs, but that's you can't fucking see those anyway. You know, millennials are a sucker for nostalgia, but like, something about this just makes me think of the smell of getting tattooed in somebody's garage. I really want to get a tattoo, but like life keeps happening. You know what I mean? Life keeps happening. I haven't talked about this because I've barely been vlogging. I'm currently working on a vlog. I haven't talked about this because I've like barely been vlogging, but like I should probably take my ring off. It's probably going to shred the thing too. Our Jeep, the brakes, something happened to the brakes where like it sounded like it was dragging underneath of the Jeep, and we had to get it fixed, and it was like close to $600. So, you know, every time you make plans, life happens. And so I haven't gotten any new tattoos, but I have the urge to get tattooed, like badly have the urge to get tattooed. I keep looking at my calendar to like see if there's any like Friday the 13th or like any holidays coming up where like any place will be having like a tattoo special. Hello? Oh yeah, you gotta take the red ring off. Also, pray for my very cute, expensive fucking mouse pad. I should probably move that too. Oh, she looks like she already got stains on her. Probably because my big ass sits here and eats food and does my makeup. Nothing's gonna fucking survive me. Here we go. We're playing science. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Come on, you bitch. Oh. Bill Nye the Science Guy. I was like trying to think of like shows that we watched as millennials that I love, and I was thinking about like In America, because like Cash is from the UK, and I think that they have like different shows than us when it comes to stuff like, because that shit was on PBS, right? So I was like telling her about like Wishbone and Reading Rainbow and shit like that. And then I was thinking about like how much we watched Bill Nye the Science Guy in like 8th grade. Like how much my teacher, I did 8th grade twice, almost 3 times, but they let me go through summer school and take a math class and pass it. Only for me to drop out like a year later. But anyways, no, it wasn't a year later because I dropped out at the beginning of 11th grade. So it was like 2 years later. But anyways, God, I can't like make a fist because of my nails. But I was thinking about the fact that like there were so many days. I think my fucking 8th grade science teacher just hated her job. I think she probably hated us and hated her job. She would just put Bill Nye the Science Guy on, and I was thinking about like how cool it was to have a show like that when I was a kid, and that it probably like greatly like contributed to me being a fucking nerd. You know what I mean? Look at all this shit in my hair. I live it. All right, now we gotta open a little avocado. It's not actually an avocado, but it makes me think of an avocado. It's so pretty. All right. But also, I was thinking the other day, I was like, I wonder if, like, any of the stuff in Bill Nye, like, needs updated information. Like, if we've learned more or learned better or, like, something's been disproven that he taught on that show. Does anybody else sit around and think about this? I think I got something! Where's my scissors? Scissors? 1 second. Yes, this is the second pair of scissors you've seen me pull out. God damn. I think that went into my bathroom. I think that like flew across the room. And you're just supposed to be able to pull that shit off. But the thing about me is like, I love making things more complicated and they have to be. Come on. Come on. I just want to be able to dump this shit in here. I just want to get it done. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to like not put, I'm trying to make sure that I move any and everything that could possibly stain my shit. Actually, I put that over there. I need to put it over here because I don't want my shit stained. Okay. I just have a really, really, really bad feeling that my nails are going to rip the fuck out of these gloves. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta shake this. Ah! I thought that the light on my... I already have dye, like something on the screen. That's cute. I thought that the light on my thing would help me be able to see my grays, but honestly, all it did was brighten me up in the camera because in real life, it's just triggering the shit out of my astigmatism. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just look in the camera, but like my grays, especially around my ears, are like really bad. They're like really bad, like above my ears and shit. I need to rebrush my hair out because I was just whipping and flipping my fucking head everywhere. Also, I can't shake this anymore. I shaked it for a few minutes. I can't shake it anymore, which I'm gonna hope means that it doesn't need shaken anymore. All right, so the way that I like to do my hair is by putting it on my hand and just slapping the shit on my head. God, I'm gonna... That was the A&D, and I had to make the conscious decision to call that A&D and not ADHD. So we're just gonna... I like literally can't see because little LED lights around my thing are like making my astigmatism go nuts. Okay, we're just gonna... And what I love too is a lot of times when I'm filming, even with a ring light, it's like way brighter. Oh my God, I should have taken off my fucking Fitbit. It's like way brighter on the camera than it is to my eyes. Does that make sense? Like the camera gets all nice and lit up, and meanwhile I can't fucking see. I love that. Also my shirt. Get down. I'm trying not to touch my... Try not to touch my camera as much as possible because I don't want to have to wipe dye off of it. I'm gonna end up using this whole bottle, and I'm gonna be so proud of my bald ass head for it. I've never used a full bottle of dye before in my fucking life. Half the time I don't even use half the bottle because my hair is so thin. I just end up using like a quarter of it. Okay. Ooh, somebody. Okay. Smells absolutely fucking awful. Okay. I better not get no important shit on my shit. Notifications. Well. I just slapped the literal fuck out of my chair. First casualty. Man down. Listen, I would rather dye my elbow than have my chin get dyed. I almost did this in bed. I almost dyed my hair in bed because no, I don't value my bed that much. I don't value my bedding that much. I'm actually thinking about getting a pink leopard print, very chuggy, very like Y2K, very millennial, very you know, the type of bedroom that was popular whenever I was in, you know, high school in the 2000s. Leopard print bedding is kind of what I'm kind of aiming for. You guys remember back in the day, you know what I see every time I go to fucking Goodwill? You remember how like back in the day it was really popular? It was like the pink bedroom set that had like the Eiffel Tower. It was pink and it was black. And it had like the black and white stripes. I see something from that every fucking time I go to Goodwill. One day I was there and they had the lamp. And I almost got it and I could like kick myself in the fucking teeth for not getting it. Like that shit, at least where I live, like the pink with the black and white stripes and the Eiffel Tower shit was so popular. It was so popular. That was the type of bedroom that you had when your parents liked you. You know what I mean? That was the type of bedroom that you got to get when your parents gave a shit about you. You know what I mean? Because I could never. I love whenever I wear gloves and the gloves forget that I'm wearing them. Also, I love how I dyed the side of my face and like made a point to put shit on here to like stop myself from dyeing my fucking around my face, and the dye just went right past it. Guys, it'll be all right. Like literally the line of A&D, I almost said ADHD again. A&D stopped and it just hopped right past it. Cute. Guys, I dyed the back of my neck too, which is cute. I don't need to cut my bangs. I have bangs, by the way, but they're like long. They're long enough that I can get them out of my face when they piss me off. I don't need to cut them. I don't need to cut them because I am too lazy to do anything with them. I like my bangs long because then I can pull them up. I don't need to cut my bangs. I don't need to cut my bangs. Listen, this is not a give myself bangs situation. I have bangs, but I don't need to cut them. Right? I don't need to cut them. I don't think I did a very good job rinsing my hair. I don't think I did a very good job rinsing it. I am thankful, grateful, and blessed that all the fucking dye on my face. Aw, shit. Well, it mostly came off. It faded enough. Anyways, I think I'm done filming. I need to go scrub the shit out of my face. Like, I'm the type of person that if my hair and my face get super, super oily if I'm like near water, and I don't know why. I already washed my face today, but I need to wash it again. I'm going to exfoliate the shit out of it, and then I also am going to rebrush my teeth. Because that's my day-to-day ritual. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Also, I'm going to get some root touch-up, but I'm not going to... you know how like most root touch-up is like a spray or a powder? I'm going to try to find this one specifically that's in a tube. And you don't have to mix it. You can save it. I need to look it up, and I need to buy some, and I need to do my eyebrows. I was going to do them, but I didn't feel like dealing with it because it stains the shit out of your skin, and it takes a couple of days for it to fade, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that because I'm planning on streaming tomorrow and the next day. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I will see you guys later.